Well, yet again, we're out front, and you can see that, well, Prime has left the building. He is gone. Yes, he is gone. However, we have a, no, it's not even a reasonable substitute, but it is Allard Beutel, our favorite PAO. And he's going to tell us a little bit about what NASA is doing to coordinate with the folks that are filming this. He can't tell us much, but some of the things they're doing to work with the folks that are filming Transformers 3. Allard?
Yeah, we have what's called a Space Act. That's a fancy name for a contract. So we have a contract with the studio to have them shoot here on Kennedy for 5 days. So they're shooting all this week. Started on Monday, wrap up on Friday. They scouted dozens of locations across the center, different facilities, locations, obviously with the pads, the shuttle runway, of course the iconic vehicle assembly building. They narrowed that list down over the course of months and months and months. They literally whittled it down to where, in fact, they honestly were whittling down locations up till right before they started shooting, and kind of changing on the fly too, depending on their needs. A couple weeks before they started shooting, we had an open casting call for Kennedy employees. 600 people plus came in and did extras, you know, whatever they asked of extras to come, give them a headshot, talk, and there were dozens of people who were chosen across the center, and what they tried to do is, instead of it's not simply just access that these people have badges, they work at Kennedy, it makes sense. More than that, Michael Bay, the director of Transformers 3 and the other two Transformers films as well, one of the things he likes to do is have what he thinks of as realism. And one of the ways you do that is by having people who actually work in the business be extras in it, because you're not teaching them, hey, tell me what a rocket looks like, you know what you're doing. When he tells the extras to go and say, okay, do what you would do on a launch, they're doing exactly what they would do in a launch. There's no direction necessary. They're just doing their natural thing. So it's obviously has a touch of realism to it. So part of the Space Act we also have with that is NASA is surprisingly protective, and you can understand this, of the insignia, the NASA, what we call the meatball. That blue insignia is obviously very well recognized, and we do actually make sure it's not being used, commercially in a bad way, that it's not an appropriate usage. In this case, obviously, it can be seen in the movie. Other movies, you'll notice sometimes they have other sci-fi movies, you'll see they have something that looks like NASA, but it's really not NASA. That's because we don't have some agreement with them. In this case, we have a contract with the studio to go let them shoot in our facilities, have the NASA meatball in the background, those kind of things. And for us, it's a really important thing for us to. Yes, why are we involved in a movie? It's not space exploration, it's sci-fi, but the fact is this does give us a chance to open up our what we do, the real space exploration, exposure to audiences that we may not already have in a blockbuster film, and you're talking about obviously a worldwide audience. I mean, it's grossed hundreds of millions of dollars in the films. It's just one of those. It's a natural fit in the sense of sci-fi and real space exploration, but it also allows us to get into the summer blockbuster theaters, and the kids see it and hey, you know what? I saw NASA. Hey, maybe I'll check it out and really go online to nasa.gov and find out the real thing. So it's one of those ways we've got to reach out to audiences we don't normally reach. Now,
Allard, we know that you're the jaded NASA PAO, but are you excited? Are you having a little bit of fun with this?
Oh, sure.
Personally,
it's obviously it's a lot of work, but you really are. I mean, they are putting in the production crew. They're putting in long hours. They want to get lots of shots. I mean, they're obviously here for a very short amount of time, so they've got to get all their shooting done in this finite amount of time. It takes a lot of personnel to support it, but obviously we think it's worth it. I mean, one, it does, again, like I said earlier, it does get us to audiences we don't normally reach, but it also, in this case, it's it's fun. I mean, you've got Hollywood now on the Space Coast. That's pretty cool.
Thank you, Allard. Have a good day.
Thank you.